oh man. Man, oh man, let's get it. Chat. Oh my god. What up, Andre?
Morning, brother.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was disgusting. Yes, it was disgusting. Hold on. Give me like 1 minute. Hold on. Just give me 1 minute. I'm making a post, but yeah, it's gonna be like, wow. You know, wow? Because yesterday, to be exact, at around, I think it was 8:50. No, sorry, not 8:55. It was around, yeah, 8:55. Yesterday's stream, we broke GJ down today to the T. To the T. I can't even. I'm hopping off, guys. You know, I'm hopping off today. It was to the T. Hold on. Give me like, I'm put browser mode on. Hold on. Put the stream up. Alright, so Shift T was playing Wars with me yesterday, and I broke it down after for him as well. But yesterday was just to the T, and you know, let me just make this post real quick. Hold on. There's no. But congrats to everyone that caught the GJ buys last night during the Asian session, London session. Just congrats to you. To the T. to the T. Here. Pieces together for the story from the 15. Give me a second, guys. 15 minutes. Alright, let me put the little hashtags, then okay, post that. Alright, good now. Something went wrong, what you mean? Going on, chat? It's Friday when it's Saturday, Sunday night. What? I missed the buys. Me too. Shifty, how did you miss the buys? You were playing Wars with me yesterday, and I was literally breaking it down to you. Caught pieces of buy up. I've been up saying he's a genius in the bottom now for a while. You know, like if you guys thought this post was this post was just stuff that we kind of just expect, right? Not expect, but we kind of anticipate a lot, right? But when you guys see the video that I just posted, and you guys are like, okay. Now that's a bit different. Fuck, I should have put a thing. I shouldn't delete it. I forgot to put something else on it. Hold on. I'm supposed to add the little thing. How do I just send you a DM on Instagram? Yeah, I got you, man. I got a lot of DMs in a day, so I try to respond to all of them if I can. But I get a lot, but I try to respond to all. I don't try to go Hollywood or anything and try to just ignore some DMs. I'm kind of just there for it. Andre, did you catch anything last night? I think you would have caught gold or something.
I caught GJ buys.
During Asian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty clean.
I think everyone caught those buys at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
GJ's looking pretty clean right now for 30-minute celery.
It is. Fuck. I'm trying to post. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to. No,
It's multitasking.
a lot. I don't usually do it during a stream, but I gotta post. I was supposed to post it right before the stream started, but I didn't have time. All right, I'll break. You know what? I'll break down GJ here, and then I'll break down gold, and I just repost it again. All right, so take a look here. If you take a look at the weekly, right, ask yourself, what did this week kind of do this week? The first thing we did this week. What was the first thing we did? The very first thing on Sunday morning or Sunday opening. We came right down. But pay attention to how it came down. Look at the way it came down. No top wick. Right? Therefore, like we always say, when there's no top wick, like I wasn't bothered taking sells Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because structure was still bearish. But when structure starts to flip bullish, like yesterday, when structure flip bullish, you start adding pieces together now. You're like, okay, if the daily structure is starting to flip bullish here, and we're starting to break certain levels on a smaller time frame today, and today's a bullish day, then it makes sense that we could potentially flip bullish later on in the week, right? So if that's the case, go ahead and look at the daily. How did the day close yesterday compared to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Right, this is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. How did this one close? Bullish, right? So if we close bullish, then what do you think? Same thing you do in a smaller time frame, same thing you do in a higher time frame. You have a support formed, you have a resistance formed, right? But since we closed bullish, we have a very high chance to continue up, right? Since price is already bullish, the chances of us breaking this resistance here is very high. So the moment we broke the high on a smaller time frame, start to break more highs, that's an indication that today we're gonna pop up to fill this range. So that's the analysis I kind of sent yesterday. So we tapped the target today, right? We tapped that amount of resistance. So New York might range today, but again, we can still continue up towards the next resistance, which is up here. So that makes perfect sense. Going to 4-hour time frame, I think the 4 hour is also bullish as well. Right? I mean, this is clean traffic. I think this is what every price action trader hopes for every day. This is clean traffic. You can't do nothing about that. I think we are now though approaching this resistance here, and if price were to break above here, then if you look for more buys going up towards this resistance here at 151,600, because there's more buys to come. Don't think it's the end of the world. It's the end of the buys here. You know, there's more buys to come, and if worst case scenario, we don't go up today, we'll go up next week. You know, because the week is gonna flip bullish and potentially stay bullish as well. That means more buys for next week. But we have another like 60 pip range here potentially today, so don't get too don't get FOMO that you missed buys or anything. You know, they'll probably come. Let's see here. Oh yeah, resistance formed there. Or resistance formed right here. You have more resistance right over here. This range is about how big is this range? From here to here. That's a 10 pip range. Oof. Honestly, guys, if I'm looking for buys, I mean, you could catch buys in this range here, but I think if you catch buys in this range, since it's a very small range, you can maybe anticipate that we're going to break above this resistance as well, right? So maybe you can leave runner positions going up, because if you break this, look left, this is what you want. This is your bread and butter. This is clean traffic. So that range is a bit bigger too. So if you get runners above here, then you have a potential like 30 pip runner for GG here today. So I'm probably going to wait for those buys above that resistance there. But we are right now at resistance, at amount of resistance. So let's see if we come down to create support, because if we come down to create support, maybe at like 157.84 here, then maybe we can look for more buys going up to retest the highs later on, right? To continue back up, like kind of what we did yesterday. All right, same situation as this, guys. Going back to this poster, same situation as this. You wait for support to be formed, you wait for resistance, you wait for the breakout, and then you take buys going up to follow the trend. Nothing changes, right? Same concept as yesterday, kind of, for GJ, but it's going to be on the 15-minute time frame today, probably, or the 30-minute time frame. Don caught a century pip. Hold on, I gotta make the post, man. Man. Gotta make it. I don't know how to make it this though. I guess I'll crop this. Andre, is there a workout today?
11:30.
11:30.
11:30. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do 11:30. I can do a workout 11:30. Oh, and also, guys, I think gold here is gonna be ranging today. I mean, just look at the daily time frame, right? If this is a 15-minute time frame, would you trade it? Ask yourself that, right? If this is a 50-minute time frame and this is way counts are printing the exact same way, resistance support, resistance formed, support formed. This is a range. Would you still trade it? You wouldn't, right? Because it's just a range. You'd probably wait for a breakup below the range, like a 15-minute time frame closure below, or maybe even like a daily 30-minute closure above or below, right? Something like this would be ideal for buys and sells. But since we're in this range here, there's nothing that's probably gonna happen today. We're probably just gonna range for the rest of the day. So that's why I wouldn't be expecting much opportunities on gold. So this day today on gold, I wouldn't be consistently looking at the pair. Like really focus on it. Whereas GJ is a bit different because GJ has a lot of range to go up potentially, right? Or at least a lot more than gold today. So today's the day where I'll look at GJ and not really gold. And that's also how you determine volume for a day as well, right? And that's what I mean by AGGRO days. I knew today was going to be an AGGRO day on GJ. I even said it yesterday because of the way daily candle closed today. When you have a big range on a higher time frame you fill, then high chance that certain day is going to be a volatile day because we're gonna go up to fill that range possibly, right? So yes, stop those questions. The started playing Bitcoin. Oh my god, nah, man. I caught GJ, but I think it's one of my. I don't want to spoil it. Here we go. GJ buys. Let me just go ahead and put this on the chart. There we go. All right, we have got it, boys. All right, we got it. And boom. Perfect. All right, 1, 2, 3, got that. Okay, post that. Paste this. Done. Share. What was this your biggest trade? One of my biggest trades. GJ, let's go on GJ, and then let's just put GJ to his focus. There we go. All right. Don is the best in the charts. No, man. You know, it's just unfortunate that all the moves have been happening between London and Asian though for the past week. So, like, New York session has been, for most part this week, not as clean as it would be on a normal basis, but.
Asian session buy yesterday was probably the cleanest move I've gotten in weeks. And it's one of the only times I've traded Asian session. So I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Alright guys, post this up if you guys want to take a look at it. Oh man.
Ooh, I like that edit.
I need to start I need to get a trading stop loss in Forex. What do you mean you need to get a trading stop loss in Forex? You gotta put the trading stop loss in FX. Ooh, Andre, are you into starter play buys here? I have no reason to take a trade today.
Didn't break those highs, so I just stayed out, and then I saw that resistance you got marked up, so I got the same thing on mine.
Would you take them if it were to break it though? Like I mean, it breaks resistance. You anticipate to break up, right?
Yeah, I just think that that's the only thing holding me out, and then it's also 6:48, so there's only 12 minutes left until this hourly closes. Friday, I'm gonna try and be extra patient, especially because I caught the L. The losing streak came to an end.
Oh yeah. Andre called me yesterday, and this guy looks so stressed. He took his first loss in 20 weeks. In 20 trades, not 20 weeks, 20 trades. So it's
20
like,
weeks, I was like, damn, bro, that's ridiculous.
that's half a year of no losses.
He was hacking. Could see this 30-minute do the same celery play as the one below. If you look below, it had two 30-minute candles close bearish, and then the following 30-minute candle fly up. Could just mirror that.
I think every buy last night here was just like clean. He had
Yeah.
so many opportunities. Like I was looking at it.
I was never in drawdown.
I was out during Asian, right? So I mean, I wasn't really looking to get extra entries in, but like he had this right here. This is the first one I saw. That 30-minute starter play. And then he
That's
had
the one
this
I got.
starter play. Yeah, you had that. This is one you would have survived all the pullbacks. Your runner would have still went if you had a daily target today.
That shit, yeah. I
This
had a 25 pip target, but I didn't want to hold it overnight, so I just took my profit.
Yeah, like if you took sells on Juju yesterday, then I don't know, man.
Evaluate.
You need to reevaluate. But yeah, you also had like a resistance here on GJ as well, right? And then once you got closure above there, which was discount closure, you can anticipate more buys above. And then you had a resistance here. I think this area was pretty choppy though. The entries you could have had it was all the way up here though. I don't think we would have gone here unless you got an impulse entry at the break of the highs. And then this range got filled, and now we're just creating support. It's the same thing over again though. It's just support created, resistance created, breakout, right?
Could
That's all that is.
Could you talk about how you why you didn't close partials, for example, on a trade like this? Because you obviously got 90 pips without closing any partials, right?
Yeah, I didn't close. It's very rare that I do this. Like this year, I've only done it like probably 3 times. I did it once like 2 weeks ago on gold. I think Andre was there for it. And then I did one also earlier again beginning of the year. It's like it depends on the day time frame though. Like the day time frame, cause I entered once the 4-hour candle closed on GJ here. Pretty much once the candle closed. I think it was around. If I'm not wrong, it was around 948. It was around here. 948. Once this 4-hour candle closed, I pretty much entered here with my stop loss below the 4-hour candle for like 9 pips, and then anticipate buys to go up to fill the data range. So since the day candle was just clean traffic going up towards that level, I just decided just to hold it without any closing partials, just let it run risk free for the whole day. I did trail my stop though. I did trail my stop, but I didn't close partials. So it's kind of the same thing in some cases. But my stops were like 20 pips in profit. So worst case, I was gonna get 20 pips out of it, but the runner went for 80. So I did. Yeah, Margo, that's true. Losing all attachment to money is a trader's biggest strength. Like I'm not even proud that I had a whatever day, right? Money wise, like, I don't care about it. I mean, I care about it, but again, like I'm more happy with the fact that I was able to break GJ down today.
Yep.
Using, if you guys watch the videos, like just skip this part, skip the first part, and just watch like the videos next to it, like the 3 videos after. What happened to my page?
That's kind of what I was telling I was telling my girlfriend that yesterday I told her, oh, I had like an ASIN session win, blah, blah, blah. She goes, oh, how do you feel? I'm like, how do I feel? I mean, I'm indifferent. Like the goal is to feel the same about the winners and the losers. If you get stressed out about losers, you're emotionally going to change up.
And you get too happy about winners.
And then you're emotionally going to close too fast. You're going to, you know what I mean? You're overconfident. I told her straight up, I was like, I don't want to feel any way about my winners or my losers. I just want to be happy that I'm improving at trading, you know?
Yeah.
So it should be you against yourself. But as soon as you start thinking about it as money, like, then that's when it becomes really difficult. And like, obviously everyone's like still struggles with it, like with beginners especially, but like, I feel like once you lose that attachment to money is when you'll see like really, really big improvement in your trading. Like, for example, you held a 10 lot runner for 90 pips. I'm like, there's not many people. That's 1% of people that could do that, especially at 20 years old.
Well,
like you know,
some people swing trade it, but I totally agree. I agree with you.
But a swing trader wouldn't have a 10 lot open. A 10 lot's for a scalper. So for a scalper to open a 10 lot in that situation and hold it for a swing trade, like you got to have some serious cojones.
But it was risk free though, like it was risk free off the rip. That's the thing. Once it's risk free, you can hold it to whatever you want.
Tell me, do you so when let's say you have your MT4 open, right? You see yourself up 50 pips with a 10 lot. Are you just not looking at it at all? You just looking at your trading view?
Once I move my stops to break even, I have like runner positions. I don't really look at the charts after. Like if I'm not streaming, I'm not looking at it. It's useless. It's either entries or it's either your TP, right, or your partial positions placed. Yeah, I don't really look at the charts like after I kind of enter runners. I went to last night though. Before I went to bed, I did move my stops to like in profit, and then that was it. That was that. I saw a price move up during Asian session. I'm okay. I went to bed. I woke up. The first text I seen was Jeffrey's text on my Telegram page. I see him texting. He's like, what do you say? 160 pip runner for him. So I knew in my head, I'm like, she probably went up then for 160 pips unless they went the other way. I checked it. I'm like, oh shit, there's a trade. So I just towards that target.
Hell yeah.
I actually gave yeah, what's up?
I said I think I need to like personally, like I need to set more than one target for my runner. Like I'll set, like obviously I'm taking my 10 pip partials, and then I had like a 25 pip target for example yesterday, but I think I need to like zoom out to the daily or even the weekly, look at how big the range is and set like a bigger target for those runners. And then once it's risk free, like I theoretically shouldn't be closing that full unless there's like a reason to.
Well, if you think about it, I think a lot of my trades this month have been closed half at 10 pips, and then I had a runner go risk free. If I were to close each and every trade at 10 pips this month, I had to talk with Andre about this, but if I closed each and every trade with 10 pips, I would have probably made equivalent to the runner, like within those trades.
I'm on the same page as you. I think I actually lost out on some of my monthly earnings this month because I held so many runners. And since we trade New York session, like you talked about, the volume hasn't exactly been there, especially for runners. I think if I closed full on every trade, I would have had a better month. But then again, it's like it's kind of like a trading style. Like I prefer to have a runner, and it ended up paying off yesterday. Not as much as it could have, but it paid off.
Yeah.
Could you explain that entry?
I just explained it. 4 hour time frame. Going 4 hour time frame and GJ, you're gonna see it. It's very rare. Yeah, like I think this thing. This was 11 pip stop. for a potential 80 pip target. So that was a trade. That was pretty much a trade right there. It was a 4 hour time from here. Alright, let's look at this. I couldn't get an entry on this 4 hour candle closure. This is what I wanted, right? Because I was this is yesterday around like 1 or 2 p.m. around there. I saw this kind of close. I'm like, we caught the buys here, cool. But then after, I'm like, okay, if I enter a buy here on a 4 hour time frame, I expect price to continue up, right? Because look, think about this. Think about runner positions. The reason why you get stopped out 80% of the time is because you're using a smaller time frame versus the bigger time frame. You're using the 30-minute, 15-minute time frame for entries, whereas you have day target resistance levels or targets for a day, right? So the chances of you hitting your entries on a smaller time frame is higher because on 30-minute, 15, price always breaks the lows, comes back up, creates support, comes back up, right? It happens a lot more. Whereas if you use a higher time frame, the chances of you hitting your entries on the runner positions is very unlikely compared to the chances of you hitting on a smaller time frame. So in this case, I use a 4 hour time frame. I knew I couldn't get an entry in here because stops would have been too massive. So then I wait for, I'm like, okay, I probably won't get an entry. Or maybe I might get a starter play entry once you get the 4 hour candle closing bearish. This candle closed bullish. I'm like, okay, interesting. If we're closing bullish here, stop loss is like only 11 pips. Take an entry there. Target's up there for 80 pips. Risk free, like once you get towards this resistance to make it a risk-free trade. Like same thing I'll do in a 15-minute time frame. I just didn't close partials this time, and then let it run towards target. And that was it. Right? It's the same concept. Like I think a lot of people don't understand that the 15-minute is the same thing as the daily time frame, and the weekly, monthly, and the yearly, and the century candle. Like it's all the same candles. You have highs, you have lows, you have bodies, you have closures, bearish candles, you have bullish candles, you have circuit plays. It happens on every single time frame. Candles are the same. The only difference is the ranges are bigger. And once you understand that concept, everything becomes easier, a lot easier to understand and read. Danny, can somebody translate that, man? Yeah, Andre, you learned some Spanish, right? You can translate that for me?
Yeah. He's just saying, how are you guys?
Yeah, he said, what's up, guys?
Oh.
Call us locos.
Yeah. He's basically saying you're crazy, though, which I agree.
Crazy.
He's right.
I don't know. What am I on? My charts are not even. Okay, there you go. There's a markup. I was playing Warzone with Shifty yesterday, and I gave him like an hour of just a Zoom call, and I hope and we talked about this move. We talked about a lot of stuff though. We talked about a lot of stuff trading wise, like technical analysis. He was confusing some stuff, but then we also talked about that specific GG move as well. I wish I recorded that and I kept it, but yeah. It's all there.
I like a 15-minute close above that resistance.
30-minute closure? Yeah. I think I got trapped in this. Yes, not trapped. I think this is a trade I took yesterday, and so price ended up closing like right above that resistance. And this next count just came down after resistance.
Yeah, I need a 15-minute closure above the resistance that you have marked there, though. The one that with your little zone.
The clean resistance.
Yeah, exactly. Because there hasn't been a 15-minute closure above there. In the past, once it closed below in the past, it dropped, and then it's like 4 15-minute wicks. It's only what, like a 10 pip range? Yeah. There's actually there's GBP news at 8 o'clock.
There's also, I think, I was thinking about this earlier before the stream, but if I'm not wrong, gold might range into an NFP on Friday, next Friday. If I'm not wrong. It happens a lot with gold. Like it'll range like this, and then it'll need like FOMC or NFP to
Needs a
pick up the
driver.
volume. Yeah, it needs a driver from news or something. So NFP might be a driver. I think.
Well, there hasn't been very significant news as of late. I mean,
yeah.
it's made all the moves from the vaccine and stimmy news, so now it needs something else. Yeah, you're probably right. I like GJ.
The weekly, gold's weekly. So if you guys missed the GJ analysis yesterday, here's a chance to maybe another story on gold, right? So potentially you have a resistance here on gold. And if this is your support down here, what are we doing right here? So by the way, you see this time frame here? You see the weekly? Just block it out. Pretend this is a 15-minute time frame. What'd you see here? All right, closing at resistance. Bearish candle closes in 9 hours or 10 hours at resistance. If it closes below this candle here today, then that's next week's candle. Yes, we'll undo out. Why? Because this is a resistance, this is support, this is a range. If we're closing bearish at the top of the range, you can anticipate the weekly to come down next week to fill the rest of the range. Right, so wait for the weekly to close, and next week we may have more potential sells coming down. But we must close bearish below that body candle. If you don't, then the chances of it happening are still valid, but just a lot less probable. Yeah. Right, so we'll undo out. This will be your next week candle. Come down towards that support, or potentially even come down towards that support down here. But we're breaking the highs. This is the ideal candle for next week. And then doesn't mean you could take a weekly candle sell coming down. But again, why would you want to have like a 300 pip stop, right? Especially on gold on a weekly. No one's going to do that if you're a scalper. What you do throughout the week is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, go on a smaller time frame, mark up your ranges, wait for those breakouts to a downside. Wait for support to break, take sells. Wait for support to break, take sells, like consistently every single day, or on certain levels until you get down towards that target, right? But that'll be a target that's gonna play in the back of your head for the whole entire week. That's all it is. Just putting pieces together. What do you think about NAS 100 USD? What do I think about NAS 100 USD? I think that NAS 100 USD here is NAS 100 30-minute time from here.
I love it.
I think
Set up catching both ways.
I think you have the great idea of catching the ranges. I think both ranges are valid. Like this range is valid. And this range is valid. But I think you gotta pick one. And not just pick one by flipping a coin. Pick one by using the higher time frames. What direction are we going for the week? Versus the day, versus the 4 hour, right? What time frames is the bias shifting towards? Once you choose a bias, you then look for those buys or sells going that direction. But you having two biases open will get you high chance of you getting caught in a fake out. Because you don't have a direct bias for it. You're just trying to catch buys below here or sells below there, which is not bad of an idea, but you want more of an idea of where price is going to go that day on a higher time frame as well.
It's bearish for the week. It's bearish for the day. And the sells on that analysis look the cleanest. So
yeah,
everything points towards you want to worry about the sells. If the buy happens, so be it. But at least you stick with your bias and the higher probability.
This forecast should come down here towards that support. So if that's the case, you should have a 30-minute support somewhere. Oh, right there, perfect. 30-minute support form right there. If we get closure below that support, you can take anticipation sells here, come down to fill the rest of the range, which is going to be around like this area right here. That support right there, or the support down here. All right, those two levels are your TP levels. Look left, that's clean traffic coming down. The weekly is bearish, the day is bearish as well. I think it'll make a lot of sense. Yo, the day's kind of choppy though, I'm not gonna lie. The weekly's kind of choppy too. Like, I don't know what this is. A little gap there or something. Yeah, I mean, it is bearish though. I'll tell you that. you just mark major support the resistance on the forward trade for 30 minute as seeing confluence with 1 hour. Too many time frames just makes it more confusing. It doesn't make it more confusing, it gives you a better understanding, right? You don't want conflict in your time frames. You don't want to take buys when the daily's bearish, weekly's bullish. You want to take whatever time frames like kinda when all time frames kinda align together. It's like telling a story. Like me telling a story, it might seem complex, right? As simple as my charts look, when it comes to the story, it's complex. There's a lot of things that go with it, but it's not good. It's just a lot of practice. So if we tap that target today and we close above this resistance, then where are we gonna go tomorrow? Where are we gonna go tomorrow? Go further up, look left. That's clean traffic. This is tomorrow's day candle. If we close bullish like this today, right? So then if that's tomorrow, you know. Carlo is MIA. Not in Miami. He's missing in action. Gold sells. Ooh. Not bad. Some decent volume you have here. It's not bad, but you looking for sells below support on a 1 hour time frame monitor? That's not bad actually. It's pretty clean.
Yeah. Below there is pretty clean. I just think this level here is strong. So it like looks good now on the smaller time frames. Maybe on like a 15 or 30 to get in sooner than later, but I'm gonna wait actually to let that support break. I think you're muted, bro.
Oh, my bad. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I wasn't muted. I was reading something off. Someone just sent me a text. How do you know when there's volume? Oh, there's no music? My bad, bro. There you go. Musica. Every morning, same shit. Done. Clear your trades. Done. Play some music. Every fucking morning.
You didn't have music for like 10 minutes.
My bad, bro. No wonder. It wasn't quiet from my end.
It was so quiet. It was so quiet. I was like, is he muted or?
No, back when you were doing something else, I noticed that like it was quiet, and I was just sitting there like, okay. When you were looking at the charts and stuff.
How do you know when there's volume in the markets? Right, so a term I use for volume is AGGRO day, because it's a day where you can take a lot of impulse entries. Because not like impulse entries like take round trades, but more of like without waiting for closures, you take it off the break of the highs. Like that's what I mean by impulse trades. So it's a day we can take those entries. And it's usually on volume days, right? And how did I know there's volume today? It's all within the candles. It's all within the candles. How? One more time. So again, it's like, see how this is a daytime from here? Just get this concept in your head. This is a daytime from, right? Just block it out. Just pretend this is a 15-minute time frame. Close all this. Block all the time frames out. Pretend this is a 15 and 30-minute time frame. All right. But once you pretend it's a 15 30-minute time frame, once you have that in your head, look at this. If this is a 15-minute time frame, what would you do in this case? If this is a resistance, right? This is support. What would you do if price was an uptrend, price came down, created support, created resistance here? What would you do if price were to break above resistance and close above this resistance? What would you expect the next 15-minute candle to do today? This is where you enter buys, right? If this is a 15-minute time, you enter buys right here, stop loss for this candle low, and target right here or right here. Your TP, close half of 10 pips, whatever it is you want to do, right? So if that's a 15-minute time frame, and it's happening in the day time frame, what would you expect for that day? You expect clean traffic looking left for a day as well. Therefore, highly likely it's going to be a very volatile day today on the day time frame. right? So you go on a 15-minute time frame, you look for your entries later on a 15 and 30-minute time frame, right? Or your hourly time frame, whatever it is you're looking at. That's all that is. It's just the same thing you do in a 15, same thing you do in a daily. Wait, weekly start replay. Oh, okay. Okay. 17,
Yeah, I mean, it's close.
18. Right?
Yeah.
17, 19.240. Okay. 19.240.
I don't think that's gonna happen today, but I mean, if it does, then that's the move right there.
It could happen.
It could. I'm not like super hopeful of it. I mean, it's Friday. It's going to a close, but if it does, man, that's I'll take a good runner position.
Oh, I'm just taking runner positions. Wow.
Yeah, that's when I'll take a runner.
This is the trade that you probably want. This is clean as, you know, that's clean to the T. That's a good 80 pips, 60 pips in that range. Nothing stopping price there at all. My GG lost. Whose mic is that? 30-minute GJ, 30-minute close bullish above support. Stops is above the candle wick, 12 pips. I didn't see a good opportunity to manage risks. 1 minute it was near entry, 1 minute it wasn't. TP next resistance. Wait, so you took a buy here, so you I'm confused. Wait, what was your original stop loss? Was it below this candle low? Or the 15-minute candle somewhere here? Because yeah, he took a buy on this candle, right? So it makes sense if this is a stop loss below here. He took a buy on this bullish candle, not these bearish. Let's stick on these bearish candles here. But it wouldn't make sense because this candle is the one that closed above the range. I mean, if you take a buy on this bearish candle, or if you could, yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah, he took it like he's saying that he put his stops just above these wicks here. That's what he did. Okay.
Well, if you took a buy here, then this is a good way you could have closed when this candle closed bearish, managing risk, right? I guess. But if you got on this bearish candle, you got out right there. I mean, it's the same risk manager, anyways. You would manage risk the same either way. I think this is not bad, but I think the resistance, man, is up here now. You know that's formed. It's at the top of the body candles. It wouldn't make sense for it to be below, unless looking left you saw something. Let's see. Where'd you enter? 30-minute on GJ. 30-minute on GJ. Oh yeah, you entered right here. Yeah, there's a resistance here at 151, 151.015. Alright, I don't see how there's a resistance right here. I mean, there was support right there, right? But the range got filled. The price already came up to tap that resistance here at this level. That range is done. So then you look at the next range. If you break above here, those would be your buys to go further up. It's raining super hard here. Is it raining in New York?
Nah.
It's raining crazy here.
Yeah, we got that rain yesterday. It probably got to you. I'm on the coast, so it hits me first. So the stream deck, you know, it's pretty cool because
I can open up my stream now with one button. I click that one button, it opens up all the tabs I want. Trading View, Forex Factory, Instagram, OBS, Spotify, YouTube. Opens it all up in one click, which is pretty dope. I don't gotta go on a tab, click this, click this, click this, click this. I can just kind of open it up. You guys want Trading View? I got you in Trading View. Watch this. Want more Trading View? I got you in Trading View. Tens and thousands of Trading Views. Oh, my bad. You want YouTube? I got you. Oh, you want Instagram? I got you. Your boy having too much fun.
Gold is coming down again to test that 4-hour support.
4-hour starter play right there. Oof. Okay.
I feel like Carlo in a situation would whisper and be like, "Careful, watch out for this house."
No, who did the opposite?
Watch out.
Nah, you know Andrew, who did like the complete opposite? Who'd be like, okay, weekly, about to protest support. He's gonna look for sells, man.
Okay. Oh, I miss Carlo.
Yeah, he could come next week, I think. It should be here. Text them, I don't know. He might come today.